XRP is following textbook technical analysis that allows us to read the market like a pro. It is unfolding almost perfectly. So today I'm going to go over my last 3 months of XRP updates, and I'm going to show you how we've been pegging the lows, the reversals from 52 cents to $1.39 and the correction right now, and how you can use this information to increase the probability of minimizing your risk and maximizing your upside. Because when you can read the psychology of the markets, whole different ball game. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jagir. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. Been featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008. Trading currencies mainly, but now exclusively focused on crypto. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to dive in. So let's dive in. Create a quick pitch deck for you, right? And a nice simple pitch deck to say, hey, Jagir, let's check you out. Let's see how has your analysis been over the last few months when it comes to XRP. So I'm going to pull out my laser over here. Let's see if it pulls it up over here. Boom. And I'm going to go, yep, thank you very much. And I'll put you back over here. So with XRP, we did an analysis on, it was the 16th of July. And in that video, I watched it again this morning. In that video, I said, we were expecting this to be the low for the trend reversal. However, this movement to the upside was so weak. Typically we're looking for an overbalance in time and price. Based on the momentum, we said, look, on the next reversal, this will more than likely be the wave too low. And then we should see a continuation of the uptrend. We said that on the 16th of July. What happened? Bang, look at that. At 52 cents, we pegged it bang on, and we had the reversal and a really nice movement to the upside. It went from 52 cents to $1.39, which is a 2.7x, right? And I'm showing this to you, not really to brag or anything along those lines, just to say Elliot wave and Fibonacci applies incredibly well to many cryptos, and XRP is one of those cryptos. And if you're not leveraging this tool, man, you are missing out. So take my free Elliot Wave and Fibonacci masterclass, because I show you how to do this step by step. Hey, but look, let's look at the next one. I said one for the XRP army, because I know there's a huge community for XRP, right? And on the 4th of August, we said, look, looks like we've made this was really early, this initial move to the upside, but this is what you call an overbalance of price. The biggest move to the upside that we've had in a while. Right? That's the first big signal, combined with a few other things in price, pattern, time, and momentum. And then we got that movement, right? And then we did another video on August 29th. So the end of August, we had this nice sequence. Well, looked like a 1, 2, 3. And in the video, I said, look, it looks like we're making a wave 4. I gave some price targets. One of them was $1.05. And then we should get this fifth wave. We should get this fifth wave on this next momentum reversal. What happened? Bang, look at that. Bang on, fifth wave, right? And fifth waves often mimic wave ones. And we can see that it went almost just perfectly. We pegged it down here. Why am I showing you this? Because often, I know you got a lot of YouTubers, you got a lot of people doing technical analysis using different methodologies, but I don't find many people are really leveraging the art and the science of Elliott wave and Fibonacci, where you can really read the psychology of the markets. And XRP is just following textbooks. I've got very high probability setups. So then I did another video, XRP on the way to $1.83. And what I said in the video is, following up from the last video, it was only like a week later from the previous video. We said, look, we seem to have pegged this wave 4 low. I put a question mark there because we're in a game of probabilities, not certainties. Very, very important. So you need to have proper risk management. But we had this initial move to the upside. And I said, look, typically, when we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this fifth wave tends to unfold in a 5-wave sequence, and I drew it out ahead of time. And this is one of the main advantages of Elliott waves and Fibonacci. It's a leading indicator, whereas moving averages, support resistance, and a lot of even some of the momentum indicators I even use, a lot of them are lagging indicators. Here we can see in the future what's likely to happen with high probability, and we gave a nice price and time zone. Here it said the time was the 7th of September, and the high was made pretty much bang on the 7th. It was the 6th, 7th of September. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do we say down here? 1, 2. If I just go back one slide here, if it lets me, boom. We said, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this zone, into this price zone ahead of time. How cool would it be if you got your position where you can see where the market is likely to have a local high and then likely to do a 50% pullback? Well, that's a time you might want to be considering taking profits and then look to re-enter, depending on your time frame and your strategies, or even if it's just for your own peace of mind to go, look, I want to prepare myself for what's going to happen next. And then last but not least, expect a big XRP correction. I said it, it says it in the title, right? And I'm not like trying to spread FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, or FOMO, fear of missing out. We're just doing objective, non-emotional, mechanical, highly skilled Elliot wave and Fibonacci. Just what is the psychology of the market telling us? And because we had that 5-wave sequence, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what typically unfolds next is a 3-wave correction. And we had this movement to the downside, and I said it in the video, expect a wave B, and then another leg to the downside. What did we get? Look at this. Bang, bang, and another leg to the downside, right? So today I just wanted to really do a nice recap. That's around 3 months, 4 months of technical analysis, and 70-80% of it has been bang on point, which is higher than average. But what that tells us is XRP is obeying to mass psychology, which Fibonacci ratios combined with Elliott wave, combined with momentum indicators, combined with some time analysis, we can project with high probability where the highs and lows are likely to be. That means you can prepare ahead of time what you want to do. So let's now jump into a live chart. So this is where XRP is today, right? So we got all this price data that we just looked at. It looks like, let's just do a very quick recap. Because today I really wanted to kind of, make sure that you're leveraging this information. And if you haven't already, take my free Elliott Wave and Fibonacci masterclass, because I show you how to do this, how to read the markets like a pro. So here, we've had this macro wave 1, macro wave 2, on the most recent months on Elliott waves, so on XRP. Then we've had this beautiful 5-wave sequence to the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm calling that a wave 1 of a wave 3, because a wave 3 will normally exceed this wave 1 high. So this is wave 1 of a wave 3. Then we anticipate this correction. So I'm going to do a bit of analysis on this part of the market, what we should anticipate, because there's a couple of things that we need to factor in, right? So let's just zoom in. I'll get rid of these two. Right. First and foremost, we're going to look at the macro, higher degree time frame momentum. So this is a daily chart at the moment. I'm going to jump into a weekly chart. So when I jump into a weekly chart, I keep it in the top left. The main thing I want to pay attention to is this momentum indicator. Really helps us see what is the momentum of the markets. And we can clearly see that the blue line has crossed over the red. This is a stochastics RSI. The blue line has crossed over the red. It means for the next 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 weeks, we should expect sideways to up, right? Sideways to up. Very, very important. It's a really big clue for us, sideways to up. Then we jump back into the daily chart. There's a couple of things that are not incredibly clear here. Now, we definitely got this, what looks like an ABC correction. However, we can get caught out here because we have to ask ourselves the question, is this a wave 2 of a 3 low, like down here? Or should we anticipate further downward movement? At this stage, right now, as of today, as of the 5th of October, it's like coming up to 9 a.m. UK time. We don't know. What I would be patient for is the next bullish reversal. Next bullish reversal on the momentum. Again, this is stochastics RSI on the daily, because we can see it marries up quite nicely to these lows. Look at this. This low and this low, it marries up quite nicely. This low and this low down here marries up pretty decent. This one down here was very good. It helped us a lot to really peg this low. So we can use this information to say, okay, these tend to line up very, very well, very, very well. So what could happen is 2 scenarios, very, very simple. Either this is the completion of, because remember, we're in the probability games, right? So we need to be aware of this. It either looks like an A, B, C, and a completion of the correction, and then we shouldn't exceed this low. But there's a few things that put a big question mark around that. First of all, one is time. Most corrections, if I just measure this high to this, low to this high, exceed 50% time. Where this low, this wave C low, should go beyond this blue line, and it hasn't. It hasn't. So that's a big clue to say, actually, this correction might not be complete, right? So we don't want to jump the gun. And again, combining it with the information of the next bullish reversal, if the next bullish reversal happens and this low doesn't get exceeded, then there's a higher probability that this is the low, and then we can look for a long position or even just reading the markets. But at this stage, what I'm leaning more towards is, because what most people don't realize when it comes to corrections, wave A's, these waves over here, this wave A, can actually unfold as 3 waves or 5 waves, 3 or 5, which can be quite confusing if you're not used to the markets. So another option, another possibility is that the market is going to do this. This is actually an ABC of an A. And what we're seeing here is a wave B, and then we might get one final leg to the downside to finish off an ABC correction. But right now, I wouldn't be looking to take a long position until this point here, this point down here, until the market has clearly made a bullish reversal. Because what we want to have in our favor when making high probability decisions is momentum. So the weekly is now bullish. So we saw that, right? It's just a quick reminder. When I say the weekly is bullish, what I'm referring to is this momentum indicator. The blue line is above the red. Gives us a big clue. Expect, the trend is your friend. Ride it until its end, until it reaches its bend. That's the saying. We want to now wait for the daily momentum to be in line with the weekly. So that may take 2 or 3 days. And then we can reevaluate the price. If it hasn't gone below this point here, then that's going to tell us certain information. But I would guess, just looking at this, because of this clue, we're like Sherlock Holmes right now, this 50% time retracement, most corrections. And because XRP recently has been really abiding to Elliott waves really well, we want to take this into account. Because it hasn't reached this point, I would lean towards, actually, we might get one more leg down, finish off a wave C of a wave 3. Normally, this will break down into a 5-wave sequence. It looks like this is, a textbook ABC, not guaranteed yet, not certain yet. And then, if that does unfold, wave C's will often be 100% of wave A's. Again, yeah, if you haven't already, man, take my, for you men and women, I said I know, take my Elliott wave and Fibonacci masterclass, because I cover this in layman's terms. It's really cool to see how the market unfolds. And typical corrections are this range, and I'm just going to forecast a little bit here to say, look, the likelihood is we'll probably get a little bit of a higher high just here. It's probably going to be this region here. I would guess this is probably going to be the key region that we want to be aware of, this price zone here. How long would it normally take? If it does unfold this way, then we can just literally measure how long did this potential wave A take here to here, and we can project it forward. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but we can confirm it to say the likelihood is it will take a similar time. It might be 62 to 100% is the higher probability. And then we can move this and say, okay, this zone here, very narrow time and price zone. But again, right now, we just want to be prepared for this, because it might drop down to, what is that? It's around 73 cents, around that 73 cents range. But when the market does the next momentum bullish reversal on the daily chart, that will give us key information. So there you have it. XRP is following textbook Elliott wave and Fibonacci ratios. We saw it from July, August, September. Now we're into October. So let me know what you found most useful, because this is going to apply to many altcoins. Not all, but many. But XRP tends to be pegging it perfectly. Let's finish today on. And if you haven't already, like today's video, subscribe. It really, really does help. And let me know, like, what did you learn about Elliott Wave today? Is it giving you more confidence? Because you want to have a system where you have confidence in it. Finish on a quote. Today's quote is chapter 3. It's from Confucius. Confucius is a bit of a philosophical one, philosophy here. It does not matter how slow you go as long as you do not stop. It does not matter how slow you go as long as you do not stop. Take my Elliott Wave and Fibonacci masterclass, man. I'm telling you, give me the feedback. I'm getting brilliant feedback. But it's a skill. You know, it does take a bit of time to learn. However, it does take a bit of time to learn. But just knowing the core basics will actually even get you to get more value out of my content, because you kind of go, actually, a lot of markets do unfold in 5-wave sequences and 3-wave corrections. Therefore, you can feel more at ease with what's happening, because you kind of see a bit more of the method behind the madness. And it's really around the speculation. Fear and greed, short term, drives the markets, you know, over fundamentals. And that's really, really important to understand. All right, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Take my free Elliott Wave and Fibonacci masterclass, and I will see you very soon.